good for me.
Okay. Remember, there's a special vidui at Mincha today. Mincha, we do the special vidui after the Mincha. We say Yihila Ratzon. After you say Amavarech Adam Yisrael Bashalom, then you say Yihila Ratzon Emrefi Ve'Gion Libi L'Fanecha. Hashem Suri V'Gali, and then you say the vidui with Al Chet, like we do on Yom Kippur. So that's something very important by the Mincha today, this afternoon. The vidui at Mincha. We have to make sure not to wear leather shoes tonight, and also we got to train the children. Also not to wear leather shoes.
Rabbi, the leather shoes, it's supposed to be at the bottom. Is the bottom the leather or
any part, not the bottom or the if it's covered, if the upper is leather, also it's no good. That's what it says. It says you're not allowed to wear leather, whether it's the bottom or even the top. The upper part is it's made out of leather. It's also no good.
What if there is a little bit leather there?
If it's making it comfortable, the point is the leather is.
It's not about comfortable.
It's for comfort purposes. If they put the leather, why are they putting the leather? If they put the logo in leather, that's why are they making it out of leather? Why is the shoe made out of leather?
You see this, for example?
Yes.
You see, the majority, it's not leather.
But minority is leather because they want why would they make it leather? For comfort purposes, right?
I think it's more for style and for strength.
Okay, so for strength is part of comfort. If you have more strength in a shoe, that means you feel the shoe more. Meaning, this is one of the things that we're not allowed to have on Yom Kippur is have that pleasure of wearing proper shoes. So, and the proper shoes, it's called leather. Leather is considered the proper shoes. So therefore we should, I understand that there are some opinions that would say even if it's not leather shoes, the fact that it's shoes, it's a problem. But that's not the halacha. The halacha allows other types of shoes. In the Yalkut Yosef, it says there were many people that would go to shul making a mistake and they would wear leather shoes. And what they would do in the synagogue, the custom was they would make an announcement. They would say anybody who came to synagogue, to the shul with leather shoes, without realizing, they didn't realize that the problem, we're asking them to remove the leather shoes. We're asking them, we're trying to tell them to remove the leather shoes. So they'll do it, they won't be violating the prohibition of at least davening with the leather shoes. So therefore but again, they're not supposed to be wearing anything, either leather bottom or leather upper. It's also a problem.
That's also by the Sephardic because, I see a lot of sneakers today making a little bit with leather everywhere,
That's what he's. I mean, he says if it's. I mean, he says if the upper is leather. So I mean, usually these sneakers that the leather is upper leather. That's what he's saying is the problem. It's the problem. He's talking to the Yalkut Yosef. So it seems that there would be a problem. They might not know Yosef. A lot of people might not know. They might think that since the bottom is not leather, they might think it's not a problem. But it's a problem. Also, he says that the husband and the wife now have relations. They also should not be in the same bed, even if they don't, even though they're not going to have relations, but they shouldn't sleep in the same bed during Yom Kippur, as a precaution for the prohibition of having relations, that they're not allowed to have relations. We spoke about yesterday about you can wash up to the end of you wash your hands up to the end, the end of the finger. That's where you wash your hands for on Yom Kippur. We have to put on the talit tonight before sunset. put on the talit before sunset, so you'll make a bracha if you put it on before sunset. And that's important to do. Now, he says, Betfilas HaShachrit tomorrow morning, there is a discussion whether you say the bracha in the bracha tashacha she'asali kol tzarki. Since you're not allowed to wear leather shoes, so is it appropriate to say the bracha? Meaning the institution of the bracha she'asali kol tzarki has to do with you provided all my needs. I have the needs of I can even walk and have proper shoes. But since on Yom Kippur you don't wear leather shoes, so do you say the bracha of she'asali kol tzarki? Because the institution of that bracha was giving thanks to Hashem for the ability to have proper shoes. So some say that you do say the bracha, and the fact that we allow other type of shoes, not leather, so therefore some say it's appropriate to say the bracha she'asali kol tzarki. And therefore he says the minhag is to say the bracha of she'asali. We do say the bracha she'asali kol tzarki, and he says another point also, because after Yom Kippur, when Yom Kippur is over tomorrow night, you can put on leather shoes after Yom Kippur. Once it's over. So once it's over, so therefore the bracha that you said she'asali kol tzarki in the morning would also go on shoes that you would have, that you would wear if you decide to change your shoes after Yom Kippur. So that bracha also cover. Therefore, it's appropriate to say the bracha on she'asali kol tzarki in the morning. Let's see what else he says. Mincha. He says, Mincha tomorrow, Yosef, the minhag, and in the morning, Akiva, the minhag is to begin with the Parshat HaKedah by Mincha. And tomorrow,
no, because we're not coming back to here.
Where are we going?
To Woodstock.
All of us?
okay, we're gonna read about Yonah.
You can't force me.
Yonah, we're gonna be Mafti Yonah tomorrow afternoon.
Only Mom can
And
force
then he talks about Ne'ilah.
I can't.
We have to be careful.
I'm not
Ne'ilah
I'm not going.
is a very special tefillah. The last tefillah, you got to remember, Chasmeinu b'Sefer Chaim. You got to remember that change. It's very important. And then after Yom Kippur, he says you're supposed to daven Arvit. When you daven Ma'ariv Arvit tomorrow night, you're supposed to daven Ma'ariv slowly. You're not supposed to rush through the Ma'ariv. You're supposed to do it slowly with kavanah. Running out of the yeshiva. When the holiday if tomorrow night, right? When the fast is over, daven Arvit. When Arvit, we're gonna you have to daven properly. Don't make it seem like
we do Arvit right after before.
right after Nila, we have to do Arvit, but it should be a nice Ma'ariv, because you don't want to give an argument for the Satan that the Satan should have an opening to say something. Obviously, you don't want to stretch it out too much because you don't want people to go eat, but you don't want to. You're supposed to add a little bit. Make sure you don't start. You have to make sure to refrain from work and for doing malacha, from working and eating after Yom Kippur is over as well. You want to add to the holiness of the day. You make havdalah on a cup of wine. There's no besamim. Hold on 1 second. There's no besamim, but he says after you, it's a good thing after you drink from the havdalah to bring some and then say a bracha on the summit, but it's not part of the havdalah service. Yes, Yakiva. there's no Borim Reish, only on, we use the fire, but we say Borim Reish only on a fire that was rested, that it was lit from before Yom Kippur. You don't say Borim Reish on a fire that was just lit now. So you have to make sure to light a candle before Yom Kippur, that candle should last like a 25, 20, that should last, or have a fire that's lit from before Yom Kippur. He says even if the fire went out, that went if that you lit from before Yom Kippur, and the only thing you have is the thing that you lit after Yom Kippur, you don't say Borim Reish. You have to make sure that the fire that was lit from before Yom Kippur. And the point is, what's the point of the bracha you're showing? I couldn't use this fire. This fire, I couldn't cook on Yom Kippur. Now it's after Yom Kippur, I could use this fire. So you need to say bracha on a fire that was made from before Yom Kippur that rested. It's called a Ner Shavat. It didn't work on Yom Kippur. Yes, sorry. Kim, you want to say something? Sorry if you forgot what you wanted to say. Remember? You don't remember what you wanted to say. So forgive me. I just wanted to finish that halacha. Okay, so you're going to remember. You have to make sure you make Havdalah. He says, interesting what he says. Okay, we're gonna have a thank you very much. All the best, everybody.